The Lord is a refuge for the oppressed, a stronghold in times of trouble. Psalm 9:10. Understanding Psalm 9:10. The Lord is a refuge for the oppressed, a stronghold in times of trouble. Those who know your name trust in you, for you, Lord, have never forsaken those who seek you. Psalm 9:10. This comforting pair of verses proclaims God's protection and faithfulness, especially for those suffering injustice or adversity. It assures us that God is a reliable stronghold when life's storms rage, and that His care is deeply personal for all who trust in Him. On the historical and scriptural context, King David, likely writing after experiencing God's rescue from powerful enemies, Psalm 9 is a hymn of praise and thanksgiving for God's justice, particularly His defense of the oppressed and afflicted against evil and powerful adversaries. Psalm 9 and 10 are often considered a single literary unit in Hebrew tradition, with Psalm 9 focusing on praise for God's deliverance and Psalm 10 on lament for continued injustice and suffering. The term stronghold in Hebrew refers to a high, secure refuge, a rocky fortress. In David's life, this was literal, but here it gains spiritual significance. God becomes the true fortress for His people in distress. Let's look deeper into the theological meaning. The Lord is a refuge for the oppressed, a stronghold in times of trouble. Here, Refuge Me in God provides not just spiritual safety, but emotional and practical shelter for those burdened by evil, oppression, or anxiety. Oppressed refers to the downtrodden, the abused, the outcast, and all who are crushed by circumstances or by others' injustice. This stronghold is not escape from all suffering, but the promise of God's presence and protection within it. Those who know your name trust in you. In biblical thought, to know God's name means to understand His character. Trust is rooted in relationship and experience, not blind faith. Faith is not a guarantee of painless living, but a call to anchor hope in God's unchanging character. For you, Lord, have never forsaken those who seek you. God's faithfulness is unwavering. He does not abandon anyone who genuinely turns to Him, regardless of the valley they walk through. This assurance extends beyond Old Testament times. Christians claim this promise through Jesus, who embodies God's eternal refuge for all believers. In Catholic thought, these verses are prayed as reminders of God's mercy, justice, and presence among the poor and marginalized. The Church sees Psalm 9 as evidence that God stands with the suffering and calls the faithful to do the same. In a world still plagued by oppression, poverty, war, and personal injustice, this psalm assures us God sees, cares, and acts, not always on our timetable, but always in love and justice. For those experiencing depression, trauma, or emotional distress, this psalm becomes a lifeline, a place to go when hope seems out of reach. The passage challenges us to become refuges for others, offering protection, solidarity, and hope to the oppressed around us. I encourage you to connect personally with Psalm 9:9-10. When have you found God to be a refuge in times of trouble? Do you struggle to seek God when you're hurting, or do you instinctively turn elsewhere? How does knowing God never forsakes change your approach to adversity? Who in your life is oppressed or burdened right now? How can you be a source of refuge or encouragement to them? In what ways can you more intentionally seek God's protection in daily life, through prayer, worship, or community? Where do you see injustice in the world or your community? And how can this psalm inspire faithful action or advocacy? What might it look like for your church or group to become a stronghold for hurting people? Thank you for journeying into the hope of Psalm 9:9-10 with us. The Lord is a refuge for the oppressed, a stronghold in times of trouble. Those who know your name trust in you, for you, Lord, have never forsaken those who seek you. No matter what you carry, loss, fear, injustice, God isn't distant. He's your fortress, your haven, your unwavering support. If this spoke to you, please like, share, and subscribe. Share your story below. When have you found refuge in God? Who can you be a stronghold for this week? Some links in the description may be affiliate links. Want to keep these messages coming? Join our Patreon community for just $1 a month. Help us spread hope and refuge to even more people. Until next time, remember, you are never alone. The God of justice, comfort, and unshakable love is on your side. God bless you.